What is going on? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, as you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about the Global Hoenn Tour, the brand new tour event that's happening in 2023. It is actually happening the 25th and the 26th of February. And we're going to be going through what you guys can expect, some tips from myself, and how you can maximize your Pokemon Go account, trying to get as much of a reward from playing this event for maybe the limited amount of time you possibly can. I just want to make you guys aware of what you guys may want to hunt for, what is GBL specific, like what Pokemon does well in GBL, what Pokemon do well overall, and what I am personally going to be doing during the tour. Please guys, do not think this is me telling you how you should be playing your tour event. Have fun. This is just a pure guide. It may help a couple of people, even if you just think, oh, I didn't actually think about that. Just a couple of tips, and hopefully you guys can have a very good Global Hoenn Tour. I guess you can also use these for the Las Vegas Hoenn Tour. I don't know if it's going to be out in time, but if it is, guys, please do feel free if you are attending. Okay, I guess the first way we're going to start is we're going to be talking about item bags. So if you guys don't know, you have a limited space in your item bag. You can increase it by going to the shop and getting the item bag upgrade. It's 200 Pokecoins per 50 spaces. But yes, what I'm going to say is if you are using a Go Plus, so if you guys don't know what a Go Plus is like, it automatically catches Pokemon for you when you're not actually necessarily catching Pokemon by hand. There's many different features, many different items, devices that you can use for a Go Plus. You got the gotchas and all of that stuff. But anyways, if you are using them, I recommend that you guys focus on having red Pokeballs, which is the normal Pokeballs, and as many Ultra Balls as you possibly can. Just because when you are going to be using your the Go Plus, it will only use your red Pokeballs. So there's no point having no red Pokeballs and a load of great and Ultra Balls, because your Go Plus is going to be pretty much only useful for spinning Pokeballs, which, I mean, if that's what you want your Go Plus to do, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, so just try to maximize your red Pokeballs and your Ultra Balls. Okay, now going on, if you do not have a Go Plus, personally, I'm going to be having as many Great Balls and Ultra Balls as possible, just because I will be doing the quick catch technique. If you guys don't know what the quick catch technique is, feel free to check it out on my channel. I have a video, like a tutorial, but I'm going to be using as many Greats and Ultras as possible just to try to maximize my catching potential, because I don't want to keep going over the same Pokemon that I'm catching to have to re-catch them and waste potential Pokeballs for more Pokemon in the future. The next tip I'm going to have, guys, is make sure you have pin-ups available. I don't know how many you guys are going to want. I'll try to go in as many as possible, but I would say this is going to be like in a tier list. I'd say, you know, Ultra Balls, Great Balls, Pokeballs, then pin-ups. I'd say to try and have as many pin-ups as possible going in, because you can use them on Pokemon like the Bagon, Beldum, Ralts, the starters, so, or if there's any Pokemon in specific like Kecleon, which you really just want a lot of candy for. Pin-ups are going to be very useful. You have two different types. You have the normal pin-up or the silver pin-up. The silver pin-up is, I guess, more premium. It comes with like a extra, it's like using a raspberry and a peanut berry like with each other. It comes with a higher catch rate as well. But yeah, I would say pin-ups are going to be very useful during this. Same is with raspberries. I think raspberries are going to be very useful as well, because if you are going to be doing a quick catch technique, just help you secure that catch, so you don't have to keep going over the same Pokemon and catching them again and again. Pretty much my tips for item bag. Of course, I know everyone's going to have different item bag space. Some people are going to be free to play, which I would say is going to be very difficult to try to have as many Pokeballs, pin-ups and raspberries, because you are going to be limited. Me, myself, I have 2,000 item bag, and even me personally, I'm struggling to get enough space. So I would recommend, guys, that you do try to go through your item bag. Maybe get rid of some fast and charged TMs if you have, for example, a abundant amount. Personally, I only like to keep about 50 to 40 of each. Also, rare candies. I know a lot of people store rare candies. I do as well, personally. Maybe try to invest them into maybe a mythical Pokemon, because mythicals you don't really get in raids. I mean, there's only a couple of mythicals that have been in raids, like Arcride, the Deoxys, but stuff like Zarude, Mew, Celebi, Jirachi, these guys are very exclusive Pokemon, and you don't tend to have a lot of rare candy for them. So I would say to maybe use your rare candies into mythicals if you do need to have extra item bag space. That's always an idea for you. The next thing we need to be talking about, guys, is Pokemon storage. So of course, if you guys are going to be playing semi-hardcore for the Hoenn Tour, you're going to be catching a lot of Pokemon, let's be honest. Personally, I think I'll be catching upwards of 1,000 Pokemon on day 1 and day 2, because I do plan on playing the full event period. I think even if you play, say, 4 hours on day 1, 4 hours on day 2, you're gonna catch probably, more than likely, depending on if you're using a fast catch method stuff, I'd say you'll catch 1,000 Pokemon plus. So one thing I would say to you all, we need to sort out your Pokemon storage. What I would say, guys, is you need to go through your iron bag and you really need to be very, very strict. If you have multiple Pokemon, for example, if you have 15 Swinubs and they vary from 2 stars, 3 stars, and maybe a couple of 1 stars, you need to go through, get rid of all of your 1 stars, all of your 2 stars, and only keep high 3-star Pokemon. Because the 0 stars, the 1 stars, the 2 stars, unless they are any good in GBL, I would recommend you do check out all of the GBL IVs on PV Poke. I would say you want to get rid of like very average Pokemon because you are going to be needing that space, maybe for some new shinies, maybe for some new meta relevant Pokemon, for legendary Pokemon during the Hoenn Tour. So if you do have multiple of the same Pokemon, please do go through, be strict with yourself, get rid of the average IV Pokemon. Even if, I would say, if you've powered it up and it's only a 1-star, you are not going to want that for the future of your account. It may be good for now, but if you're looking about the longevity of your account, if you're going to be playing for a while, you want to make sure you only have very good IV Pokemon in there to power up so it can reach its maximum CP potential. This brings us on to the next one. It pretty much leads in with the first tip. Get rid of your 0, your 1 stars, your 2 stars. Get rid of all of them useless IV Pokemon because they're not going to be good. For example, there was a stage in my account when I had like loads of the gold pins, Wurmples, Weedles, because I wanted to keep them. I got rid of them because you're never really going to use a Weedle or Wurmple or the gold pin. It's not good for raiding, it's not good for GBL, it's not a good raid holder, like a raid defender, so they're pretty much useless, and do not worry, they will stay in your Pokedex as being caught. But I would say go through and get rid of your useless Pokemon. If you do have Pokemon, for example, like Meditite, which is very good for the Great League, check the IVs, match them up with PV Poke, they may be good, and then star them and keep them and maybe tag them for GBL. And in case you are still struggling with Pokemon storage, the next tip, which is probably going to be very, very difficult for a couple of people to do this, I do it myself if it comes down to it, is get rid of your Community Day shiny Pokemon. So I don't know about you, but when I play Community Days, I usually get 20 plus shinies of just one Pokemon. So I had like 20 plus Chespins, I had 30 odd plus Noibats, and I've got loads and loads of the same shiny multiple times, when really you don't need to have anywhere more than maybe 5 shinies of that one Pokemon. Maybe keep a couple for trading, but yeah, if you have, for example, 20 shiny Swinubs from Swinub Com Day, I'd recommend you go through and you get rid of your very, very bad IV shinies. This is not me telling you you've got to do this, this is just a tip in case you are still struggling for Pokemon storage, you can't afford to increase it, and you do want to take advantage of the Hoenn Tour. Now with them item bag and Pokemon storage tips out of the way, let's get into what you guys can expect to see when you are playing the Hoenn Tour. We're going to be going through what you guys can expect to see in Pokemon Hoenn Tour raids. So in the tier 1 raids, we are going to be seeing the starters of the Gem 3s. Trico, Torchic and Mudkip will be in 1 stars. Of course, these can be shiny. I wouldn't personally recommend you raid the 1-star raids just because they will be spawning in the wild, but they are there in case you guys are wondering, and yes, they can be shiny. We're then going to have the tier 5 raids, which me personally, I don't think I'm going to be doing many tier 5s because it is the Eoxy forms. We've got the normal, attack, defense and speed form. You may want to raid a form which you don't have shiny because of you know, some people want to get the shiny of every single Pokemon. Would recommend that if you want to do it for GBL, the only one that's actually meta relevant is going to be the defense form for Great League. But yeah, other than that, I really don't think I'm going to be touching tier 5 raids. The main raid you guys are going to be wanting to do is the primal raids, of course. What the Hoenn Tour is all based about is about the primal of Kyogre and Groudon. These will be in primal raids, and I would recommend that you guys do raid primal Kyogre and Groudon to get as much energy for them as possible, because you can get them into tier 3. It's going to be very, very cool, and that's personally what I will be raiding the most. Yeah guys, let me know, what will you be raiding? Will you be doing the tier 1s, the tier 5s or the primals? If so, let me know in the comments down below and I will read them out after the video. So if you are free to play or you don't have many raid passes, do try to prioritize the primals before the others. Moving on guys, we have now got what is going to be in the 2km eggs, to 5km eggs, the 7s and the 10s, and what I recommend you guys should be hunting if you are going to be hatching a lot of eggs on the Hoenn Tour. So firstly, the 2km eggs, we're going to have Pichu, Igglybuff, Trico, Torchic, Mudkip, Amazamaril, and Wynot. So of course they can all be shiny. You're going to have the starters there. So this is another reason why I wouldn't recommend a tier 1 race, because you're going to be finding them in the wild. They're going to be 2km eggs. Personally, I will not be touching the 2km. Moving on, we're going to have the new shinies in the 5km eggs. So that'll be Surskit, Gulpin, and Cacnea. They will all be in the 5km eggs, which is going to be very, very cool. If you guys want to like focus on the new shinies and you want to get them, the tier 5s are going to be there. I may do the odd tier 5. We then got the 7km, and straight away guys, I'm going to say probably steer clear of the 7km eggs. We're going to have Trapinch, Feebas, Bagon, and Beldum. Of course, the desirable ones in the 7km are going to be the Bagon and Beldum, but other than that, I wouldn't say they're going to be worth your time. So the 2km, the 7km, I wouldn't really focus on. The main one which I'm going to be focusing my time on and my incubators is going to be the 10km eggs, and this is because the regional Pokemon will be in 10km specifically, and I believe that's the only way you can get the 10km. So Torkoal, Tropius, and Relicanth will all be shiny available. As I have said, all the Pokemon we are mentioning will all be shiny, and Torkoal, Tropius, and Relicanth are going to be very, very good, and it will help you complete your Hoenn Pokedex. For me, personally, I will need Relicanth. I don't have Relicanth. The only Pokemon I need is Relicanth and Huntstal, which is the evolved Clampo. So Relicanth I'm going to be hunting for sure, and if we can get the shiny as the Pokedex entry, that would be insane. I have been told that there will be an increased pop rate of the 10km eggs from spinning Pokestops, so do not worry. But yeah, let me know what you're going to be hunting for the most. Is it going to be the 2s, the 5s, the 7s, the 10s? Personally, it will be the 10s, and I may do the odd 5km just to see if we can get that brand new shiny. The wild encounters of each habitat which you guys can expect to see, and what I'm going to say is there is a lot of them, and there's a lot of information about to come at you. For example, what megas, what GBL, what you need to be hunting, and what I personally recommend. Firstly, the Blissering Sands habitat. We're going to have Torchic, Poochyena, Lotad, Nincada, Makahita, Nosepass, Aron, Numel, Cacnea, Beltoy, and Bagon. So straight away we've got Torchic, which is a starter. Once again, do not touch the tier 1 raise. Torchic is there. Poochyena, Lotad, Nincada. Torchic does of course have Mega Blaziken, so I would say try to get as much Torchic candy as possible to hopefully get yourself enough XLs to get a level 50 Blaziken if you guys are hunting for that. Poochyena, not really any good. Lotad, Ludicolo does have some play in maybe the odd special cut, but nothing crazy. Nincada, of course, it's quite a rare shiny. Ninjask is also a new, is once again quite a rare shiny. Makahita, so Makahita, it does have some play in Hariyama in the Ultra League. It's rank 96. So yeah, Maron does have Mega as well, so try to get as much XL there if you possibly can. Numel, pretty useless, but there is a Mega Camerupt which will come in the future, so maybe you guys can focus on getting some XL candy there. We're then going to have Cacnea, which is of course the brand new shiny, so if you guys can try to hunt Cacnea to get that new shiny for your Pokedex. We're then going to have Beltoy, which has Claydol, pretty useless, but if you guys do need a shiny, there you go. And of course, one of which I'm probably like the 2 Pokemon that I'm excited about in the Blissering Sands is going to be Cacnea and Bagon, because Cacnea brand new shiny and Bagon very, very cool Pokemon, quite a rare shiny. I mean, it had a common date back in I believe 2019, and of course we just got Mega Salamence, so try to get yourself a level 50, enough to level 50 at Salamence in the future. Overall, I'm probably like on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably say the Blissering Sands probably a 6. Nothing too crazy there, which I'm personally going to be hunting for. Hopefully there's a couple there which you guys are needing. Moving on, we have the Eerie Mist habitat. Here we're going to have Ralts, Surskit, Whismar, Meditite, Spoink, Zangoose, Survivapart, Chimecho, Absol, Snorunt, Lovedisk, and of course Beldum. This one straight away is looking more desirable for myself. Ralts, a very, very good Pokemon. It does have Mega the Gardevoir, which has just came out. Surskit, a brand new shiny once again, very, very good. Whismar, very, very mid. We then have Meditite, Medicham, very, very good. Great League is rank 4. And we do have Mega Medicham, which will come out in the future. So yeah, I would say try to focus on Meditite. Maybe get yourself a good one for the Great League, because with it being rank 4, if you guys do plan on doing some GBL. Then Spoink, you know, very, very mid. Zangoose, which is a regional for some people. I believe it's a regional for the northern, for the, hold up, the eastern of the world, I believe, because I know Survivor is its counterpart, so that's another regional as well. So Survivor is very, very good. I did need it, but I traded one with a local player quite a few years ago. We then have Absol, which has a mega as well, which is available to try to get yourself some XL candy. Trimeco, try to focus on Trimeco if you guys are needing Stardust, because it is a boosted Stardust Pokemon. 1,000 per catcher, I believe, with it being weather boosted and a star pitcher. You're looking at quite a nice bit of Stardust. Next one is going to be Snowrun. So Snowrun is very, very good as a Frostlass. Frostlass is ranked 51 in the Great League, so if you do need another Pokemon for Great League, Frostlass will be an ideal candidate. And it does have Mega Galele, which got released alongside the winter event this year. We then have Love Disc. You guys shouldn't really need Shiny Love Disc. We just had Love Disc limited com day, but in case you do, there you go. Love Disc pretty awful Pokemon, doesn't have an evolution in the Pokemon universe as of now. Pretty useless. I don't think it's got any play at all, but it is quite a cool shiny. So if you did miss that limited research day, you can hopefully hunt him during the Eerie Mist habitat. And then of course Beldum, very, very cool, very, very good. It does have a mega which will come out in the future, will absolutely do amazing. I believe in the steel type it'll probably be #1, and it is also ranked 34 in the Master League as Metagross, so do try to get as much XL and candy for Beldum as possible. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably going to say that is probably a 8 out of 10. I think that's quite a good hour, and I'm going to be very, very excited for that hour when it comes around. Then we have the Verdant Earth habitat. In here we're going to have Trico, Zigzagoon, Wurmple, Seedot, Shroomish, Slakoth, Skitty, Marwell, Electrike, Roselia, Gulpin, and Swablu. Straight away, Trico is another starter, so once again, don't do the tier 1s. It does have a mega, so try to get enough XL to level 51 in the future. We then have Zigzagoon, which Zigzagoon its own is not too crazy, but if you do get the Galarian in the future, try to hunt Zigzagoon as much as possible, because the Galarian evolution, which is Mobstagoon, is very, very good for Great League and Ultra League, being rank 62 in the Great League and rank 18 in the Ultra League. So yeah, do try to get them. Wurmple, not very, very good. Seedot, once again, not too crazy. Shroomish did get released alongside the Go Fest of 2022, so you may still need it. Me personally, I do need that shiny. Slakoth, with Slacking being a very good gym defender, you may need to get some candy. But other than that, other than being a gym defender, he's pretty useless. Skitty, once again, not very too desirable. Marwell, it does have a mega in the future, and I believe it may have a bit of play in some special cups, but you know, as of now, it's not too crazy. We then have Electrike, quite a cool shiny. It does have a mega, so in case you do need some XL candy, it is going to be there, but it doesn't have much play in any of the leagues either. Roselia, Roserade, quite a good poison type attacker. It may be decent for you guys to get as a good poison, because we don't have many crazy poison type attackers. So Roserade does have a bit of play there, but other than that, it's not too crazy. The Gulpin, a brand new shiny, so I will be hunting for that as well. And Swablu got Mega Altaria, and it's quite good for Great League and Ultra League. So yeah, there you go. That is going to be the Verdant Earth. Overall, I believe it's probably a 7 out of 10. Nothing crazy there for me personally. Of course, the brand new shiny, the Gulpin. Shroomish I do need. Other than that, I have a lot of the shinies, and I have a decent Obstagoon already. But in case you guys do need to take advantage of that habitat, there you go. Now you know what you can hunt. Final habitat we're going to have is the Ancient Shores habitat, which I think this is going to be the best if you are interested in some good GBL attackers and some cool Pokemon as well. So let's go through it. Firstly, we're going to have Mudkip. We've then got Talo, Wingull, Carvana, Barboach, Corphish, Lileep, Anaritheba, Sphill, and Clampo. Let's go through. Straight away, Mudkip, very, very good, versatile attacker in all of the leagues, so it's good in Great Ultra League and Master League, with it being rank 5 for the Great League, rank 9 for the Ultra League, and rank 32 for the Master League, and that's normal Swampert. Also, the Shadow has a bit of play, so it is rank 6 in Great League, rank 14 in Ultra League, and rank 48 in Master League. So yes, very, very good. Swampert is for all of the leagues. And of course, guys, Mudkip does also have a Mega as well. So yeah, very, very good Pokemon, very, very good starter. Moving on, we have Talo, not very good for anything. It has got quite a cool shiny. We then have Wingull, once again, very, very good for the league. So Wingull is ranked 10 in the Great League and ranked 36 in the Ultra League, so if you do need a good win goal, I would recommend this is going to be the hour for you. We then have Carvana has a Mega Sharpedo coming out in the future, so maybe stack up on some XLs now. We then have Barboach once again, Wish Cash, which is the Evolver Barboach, very good in the Great League, being ranked 26. Cortfish, quite a rare shiny, did get released during the Sevilla Safari Zone. I personally attended the Sevilla Safari Zone, so I don't need shiny Cortfish, but it's quite a rare shiny in case anyone is needing to hunt it. We then have Lileep. Lileep is quite good in some special cups, but nothing too crazy in the Great, Ultra, or Master. We then have Anarif, once again, nothing too crazy there. Feebas has Milotic. Milotic's pretty decent in the Master League, being ranked, I think, 102, but other than that, it's not too crazy. We then have Sphil. Once again, just like Swampert, very versatile, very good in all of the leagues. Ranked 55 in the Great League, 33 in Ultra League, and ranked 78 in the Master League. Once again, its Shadow counterpart is very good, being ranked 41, 24, 82. And that's the Shadow. And then the final spawn of this habitat is going to be Clampearl. So Clampearl's pretty cool. I do need to hunt some Clampearls personally, because I do need its evolution Hunt Owl. But the thing is with Clampearl, it's got 2 mysterious evolutions, so maybe try to stack up on a couple of them if you are needing one of the evolutions, because it's completely random. Then we have the additional encounters. So depending on what team you choose, whether it be in Ruby or Sapphire, we will have the additional encounters depending if you win the challenge every hour. So if you do choose the Sapphire, which is the 4K Ogre, you will have Minun, Illumise, Whalmer, and Lunatone, as well as Castform's Rainy Form spawning. So in case you do need any of them shinies, there you go. None of them are very, very good in any of the leagues. And then in the Ruby, the Primal Surge for Groudon, we're going to have Plusle, Volbeat, Trapinch, Solrock, and Sunny Castform. Sunny Castform being a new shiny as well. And of course, Rainy Castform is quite rare. So they're both pretty rare Castforms. With the Ruby, of course, Primal Surge Groudon, Trapinch being a Flygon is very, very good for Ultra League, being ranked 94, but it's got to be a Shadow Flygon, so it has a bit of play in Ultra League. But other than that, they're the only Pokemon that are pretty much, I guess, semi-decent for the Great League. Of course, Illumise and Volbeat are also regional, so in case you need them as well. With all of the spawns taken into consideration, let's go for some additional tips from myself. What I would say is be sure to have a Mega Level 3 Pokemon, or at least a Mega Level 2 Pokemon for when you go into this event. The best Megas, which will get you the most coverage across the whole entire event, is going to be Slowbro, the #1 best with the most coverage, being a Water and Psychic. #2 will be Swampert, being a Water Ground type, Gyarados being a Water and Dark type, and then #4 will be Latias, which are Dragon and Psychic. So as we can see, there's a lot of water types in the Hoenn Tour, and yeah, these are going to be the best Megas that you can evolve. If you are hunting anything specific, so if you are needing some Steel XL for Beldum, or some Dragon XL for Bagon, you can look at alternative Megas. But if you want the most coverage for the most typings, for the most Pokemon, Slowbro is going to be #1. And then my next tip is also going to be, guys, have fun when you're playing this event. Don't play this event thinking that you've got to follow this by the rule book. Don't feel like you've got to just take advantage of it. Have fun. This is a game, of course. You guys are meant to have fun with your friends. So yeah, that is my next tip. But other than that, they're my additional tips for the spawns. Special research and field research. So there's going to be a masterwork research which you guys can pay for. It's going to be $4.99 US. So yeah, you've got to pretty much pay for a shiny Jirachi encounter. I will be buying this myself, like personally, just because I do make content, of course. But if you guys do want to, all this masterwork research will give you is, like, it will give you additional items and some premium items, but the main thing is it's going to give you shiny Jirachi. So if you guys really, really do want shiny Jirachi, that's going to be the only way you can get it as of now. There will also be a special research Chasing Legends, which will be for everyone worldwide. I believe you team up with the Rocket leaders, being Sierra, Cliff, and Arlo, because I believe Ree and Professor Willow have disappeared, so you have to team up with the Team Go Rocket. Pretty cool. And then we have some field research which is going to be available throughout the event, which is going to give us rewards with Mega Energy, so various types of Mega Energy, Ghost type encounters, so Ghost type Pokemon, maybe Shuppet and stuff like that, and then some rare field research which you don't quite know what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be rare. Some extra tips and details on the event, guys, we're going to be going through. So there's going to be a Ruby versus Sapphire Global Challenge, so every hour the 2 teams, we will have to choose what team we are going to to choose. I will be choosing Ruby. Let me know what you guys are choosing in the comments down below. We'll be going head to head. Whoever wins the hour will have the additional spawns, for example, Illumise, Volby, and another cool bonus is if the team, for example, Sapphire wins, there will be more Primal Kyogre Rays in the overworld map. So yeah, whoever wins, you'll see an increased amount of that Primal spawn raids. And there will also be some legendary encounters. So if you guys played the Johto Tour, we had the legendary beasts being Suicune, Entei, and Raikou spawning in the world. We're going to have the same thing, but this time it will be Latias and Latios. And there will be some research in you have to take a snapshot with them to complete some field research. And then of course guys, we're going to have Shiny Kecleon for the first time ever. We just recently got Kecleon, and the Shiny Kecleon will be coming as well with the Hoenn Tour. There'll be some new music as well. But that being said guys, that's a lot of information. I hope you have enjoyed. I haven't gone as in detail as I know some people have on YouTube. I just wanted to give it like a various overlook, give you some information and what my tips are going to be. So in conclusion guys, this is a guide just to help you. Do not feel like you have to follow this. Have fun, play with your friends, go to a local area, local city. Stay hydrated during the day because it's going to be a busy day, and do not neglect your health. Make sure you have a bottle of water on you at all times. That'll be it guys. Have fun, catch some new shiny Pokemon, get yourself the Primal Groudon and Kyogre, and let me know if you guys have any tips for anyone else watching the video in the comments down below, and let me know what are you most excited about for the Hoenn Tour. Thank you for watching. I've been RA Pokemon. Hopefully you have found this, I guess, entertaining and informational. With that being said, guys, peace.